are we doing? I can't.
hear you.
Okay.
We're fine.
You. All right. Great. Great. Okay. Good evening. Yes. Fantastic. Good evening, everyone. Once again, it's so good to have everyone here to discuss something that has been quite interesting for me. So let me just try to share my screen so that it makes the conversation better. Okay, great. I think my screen is up now. All right, please do confirm if you can see my screen. Hello? Hi. Okay, great. All right, fantastic. All right. So yeah, good evening, everyone. It's so good to have everyone on the call this evening. So we are here to discuss about data product management. And while it's quite interesting that we've moved ahead in this time and space in analytics and data, it's really good to like learn how to utilize all we can as product managers to deliver more value. So we'll be talking about data product management and how to become a data PM. This is a good chance to probably send the link to any of your friends that might be interested, because what I found out is that most people just believe that there's just one form of product management that we have. But no, we do have different forms, varying forms of data product management. So yeah, just some quick introductions. Like Blessing had already said, I'm Phillip Ade-Akanbi. I currently work at Wema Bank. I'm a product manager. I'm a data scientist. It depends on who I'm asking, or who is asking rather, and who I'm telling. So in some space, I introduce myself as a product manager. In some space, I introduce myself as a data scientist. While in some space, I introduce myself as a data science product manager, because I'm everything, right? So okay, I have some good experience in product marketing and product management. I started my career in product marketing. I have 4 years experience in the marketing sector now. I'm a certified professional manager, a product manager, and also a certified blockchain professional. Like Blessing said, I'm an open banking enthusiast. People call me the idea incubator. I try to advise startups when I can, when they reach out to me. I write, I speak. I'm a Liverpool fan, and also, like Blessing said, I'm a divergent nomad. I like to travel and just explore really beautiful sceneries of nature. So yeah, let's get going. Okay, let's talk about product management. But before we do that, let's talk about data, right? And in today's world, we already know that data is the new oil, based on a number of things we hear here and there, especially with the boom of artificial intelligence. Everybody's not interested in the field, like, oh, what's going on? What is going on in artificial intelligence? What is happening? How can we tap into this new shining object? But in the recent of it, it has been in existence for a number of years. So let's talk about data. Every day, we know that we generate a lot of data in today's world. So just a brief conversation point. I like to do that when I'm on calls. I would just ask, currently on the meeting like we are, I can say I'm collecting data already, like we're sharing data already. Already I can see. Can you hear me? I just saw Mike is audible. Mike is not audible.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Great. Okay, let me just do something like that. All right, please confirm if you can hear me better now.
Yep, I can still hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so just a form of quick data collection on this call. I can see there are about 20 people on this call. Let's see the number of male to female we might be saying that probably they are like more male to female or they're talking more female to male. That alone in itself is data. But when people talk about data, people just think, oh, data is some like when you collect it out there, just very it's quite bogus. But no, data is just something that we go about. I'm putting on red shirt, that's data. And glasses, that's data. If we were to put on our video today, currently right now, and we see number of people putting on their glasses, that's data. We can now streamline how many males, how many females are putting on glasses, how many people are putting on red shirts. Those are data that we can collect and use. So back to the presentation. So I said every day we generate billions of data. It's a known fact. And what happens in today's world as product managers that we are, this data can be utilized to scale company KPIs, even personal KPIs as well. We put developments in a customer happiness, customer retention, acquisition, even the product development and positioning. Also, competition positioning, you have to do your competitive analysis and all that. Those are actually data that we can use, that we can collect this data, to do some analytics on a very number of things that we want to achieve based on the goal we already have to achieve. So moving forward, let me just talk about what data products is. So DJ Patil, the first chief data scientist of the United States during Obama's regime, was made the chief data scientist of the United States, and he coined this word, he coined this phrase to say a data product is a product that facilitates and then grow through the use of data. So I want us to simmer that. I want us to take that in and let it simmer in our minds that truly, what is the data product? Any product that facilitates and then grow through the use of data. Any product at all. Any product. So if you now think back and say what products have actually used data to help you achieve something you want to do, then you have to think, would we say that your fitness tracking app is a data product? Would we say your spending analytics app or something is a data product? We now start to think about it truly, what are data products? A product that facilitates and then goes to the use of data. So I will now ask us now, I will actually pause the presentation here and ask, is ChatGPT a data product? I'm very familiar that, and I'm very sure that a good number of us, being product managers, already know what ChatGPT is. And I'd like to take a comment at this point. Is ChatGPT a data product? Based on the knowledge I already shared, that a data product is a product that uses data to achieve and then grow. And just to give a brief introduction into what ChatGPT is, in case you're not familiar with how the backend works. ChatGPT is a tool that has been built that is an interface, right, that uses a number of machine learning parameters to achieve an end goal, which is they've trained a number of parameters, billions of parameters, which we call data points, on a number of machine learning techniques to give us responses when we ask different kinds of questions. So we can say yes, that is data that is being used. So it has been trained on data. Then we now have it as a product that we interface with. So yeah, I can see in the comment section people saying yes, ChatGPT is a data product. Fantastic. Which is what I want us to have that mindset, that mind at the back of our mind as we go ahead. That for examples of data products, right? So data products, what I'm talking about is just not something that it's just unique or you just never heard before. What is this that this guy is talking about here? So data products, back to data product. Exactly, it gives responses based on data available to it. Thank you very much, Ruth. So great. So we've all agreed that ChatGPT is a data product. Fantastic. So let's move on to define what data product management is proper. So data product management is the practice of managing the entire life cycle of the data-driven product from ideation to launch and to continuous improvement. Like we all know, we have product managers on this call, either aspiring or already product managers. So a data data products rather are still what we deliver, are still what we build, are still what we ideate on. There's nothing different from what we already know, right? So it also involves communicating, collaborating, just the classic way product management occurs. The only difference is that there's some form of deep understanding of data technology and product management, product knowledge together as including communication and leadership skills. So the thing is, when we think about data products, like in the conversations I've had in the past about data product management to my people I'm opportunity to speak with, they always say, data products, okay, do you mean like, okay, data of my company, so okay, what I now build a product with it, like that way you're saying, and all that. Yes, that is also it, right? So it requires deep understanding of data, like what is actually data, which was why I did mention on the call, like you can take data already in this call. How many, what's the number of males on this call? What's the number of female on this call, female members on this call? How many of us are probably watching this from our sister laptops? How many of us are watching this on our phones? You know, that is data that we can collect. So data is just in any form, it is endless. In fact, data is also traffic in Lagos. If you're in Lagos, you understand Lagos and traffic, they are like brothers, right? So you knowing that, oh, traffic will be by this time, oh, the road will be free by that time. Why? Because you've collected data before, you've analyzed it, you've seen that when I moved at the particular time, I discovered there was traffic. When I now moved at this particular time again, I discovered there was no traffic. That's data for you. So you've already collected the data, you've already like captured it, then you've already like done some form of analytics on it to say this data is if I move by this time, I will definitely face traffic. Like it will move if you're trying to go to the island from the mainland every Monday, every morning, but between Monday to Wednesday, you definitely face traffic wherever you're coming from the mainland to the island, because that's just how it has been, which is data, right? So I'm trying to like just make our minds come to what data really is, so we don't think it's just like something that is just out there, data, machine learning, Python. No, no, no. So let's move forward to now talk about who a data product manager is, which I would actually elaborate in this slide here. So a data product manager sits at an intersection of who a product manager is and who a data analyst or data scientist is. So let me just pause there and share a bit of my story. I became a data product manager, or as I like to call it, a data science product manager, because I deliver data science products, not just data products. My products leverage heavily on AI and machine learning. So I was a product manager for good number of years, and we started in 2019 during the elections, where I was working in INEC again. So all those smart card readers that was used in 2019 as part of the team that developed and all that. So when we now I moved into banking, then I was doing that. So just kind of became boring to me. I don't know. I get tired of stuff easily. Please don't mind. So I was looking for something that would really be more exciting for me, and I could just keep being on my toes. Then I started exploring with blockchain, which was what gave me the certification in blockchain, like I mentioned earlier on the previous slide. So, but I noticed that there was no much use cases in blockchain in Nigeria at that time. This was 2020, that COVID year. As many would agree with me on the call, COVID year was the year most people started noticing that there's something called tech, to be frank. Like people are like, oh, okay, what do we do now? There's COVID, what can I learn? Stuff like that. That's when people started like navigating to tech proper. So I tried with blockchain, didn't work, then I moved on to data to say, like, let me see. I want to like get analytical, get technical rather. So I tried with data science, and I joined my current organization as a data scientist. And when I joined, I discovered that projects were failing. And it's a known fact, data science products fail. About over 80% of data science products fail. Or the data science projects rather, they fail. And the case is simple. Data scientists build in isolation, thinking, I think this business team would need this. Let's do this for them. Then they go to deliver it to the business team, and the business is like, what is this? This will not solve anything I want. This will not do anything I want. Please, like, can you do this? Can you do that way? Can you do that way? Then you have to probably like go back to the scratch and build from scratch, like build from ground up again, which is very not it's not an agile way to work, if you agree with me. So when I got into the space, and I was like, okay, I spent some months, I was like, okay, I think I can see a great use case for product management, being a product manager where we have to deliver numbers, we have to deliver value, we have to like deliver something, make our customers happy, be it internal or external customers, right? So I now made a case to my line manager then that I think I see a good use case for product management and data analytics together to like interface. And thankfully, he saw the sense in what I was saying because he also had some form of product management and product development background in his career, so he clearly understood what I was talking about. So that's when we just started it out and okay, data science product management. So for all of our product management, all of our data science products that we build today, there's a proper product management cycle to it. So from ideation to like design thinking proper, you know, for all our data science products. So that's a bit of my story. And I've been able to work on that space for over a year now. And trust me, it has been interesting. And I will just mention here again, if you think this role is such a unique role or is a different role and it's just popping up because okay, people are just trying to join two things together. No, not at all. I did start doing some research thinking like, okay, what this new role I found myself in, combining two things together. And I discovered that some companies like Mercedes-Benz, Visa, MasterCard, they add data science product managers, data product managers in analytics for as since as early as 2008. That the product managers in analytics space, the data product managers in such companies since as far back as 2005, based on just try it out on LinkedIn, you see for yourself. So let me move on to say, so for me, I would say a data product manager is someone with product instinct and analytics knowledge, and can ideate how data can help to achieve a business goal, unlock maximum value to customers. And like I said earlier, some business teams in my organization were just, the data science team was just building stuff for them, machine learning, just beautiful, a lot of technical stuff, put it together, But the business team is just saying, this is not doing what I want. And that will now be where product needs to come in, right? To say, yes, I know this is how it can work. Okay, this is what you're asking for, but what about this? Let's do some research in this part. Let's do some user research. Let's do some questioning. Let's, we build our project timeline. Let's build our roadmap and all that. So proper product management instincts and analytics knowledge will make you a fantastic data product manager. Because what people just don't really know is that data stuff can be quite technical, right? But because you are already knowledgeable in product management, to get into data analytics, it just takes for you to like learn the analytics bit of things, right? I will talk more about that bit later. So data is increasingly becoming a critical component of business across industries. You definitely agree with me on this point because everybody is now focusing on data, from ideation to launching to computer analysis and all that. Everybody is trying to look at what is happening in the industry, what is happening with their customers. How can I make my customers better? So everybody is trying to like collect data now, analyze data, make informed decisions with data. So the demand for data-driven products is super growing, and consequently the demand for professionals who can leverage this data that their companies already have to build products and deliver value will always continue to increase, right? So let me just move on to the next slide. What are the key responsibilities of a data PM? So they are quite straightforward. Develop and communicate product vision and strategy based on market research and user feedback. Just like what I've said, you've collected data already. What do you now do with the data, right? Which is one of the reasons why I'm passionate about open banking, right? Just a brief introduction to what open banking is. Open banking just basically means every bank gets to share, or every financial institution gets to share the data of their customers to other financial institutions, so that those other financial institutions can like make decisions better on whatever product they're offering to their customers. We can make it on time instead of waiting to like do some form of bureaucracy and all that like we used to do. So a data product PM should just really know how to communicate product vision, communicate product strategy based on market research and user feedback, because you've collected that data, you've now been able to analyze it, to now build a product with it. So another thing a data product PM needs to know how to do is to define products, define and prioritize product features, because now you're a data PM, you're not just a PM. Sorry, please, I did not mean just a PM. I just mean you're like just not a generalist PM. You are now like an analytics PM. you know about data, you know how to collect data, you know how to make decisions with data. So you should be able to prioritize better, right, as a data PM. And you should be able to work with different things that I listed here to like get it going, really. So it now depends on your structure. For some organizations, they have the data PM sits on the data analytics team, like mine. But in some organizations, there's a data product management team proper. In Visa, for example, to the best of my knowledge, they have a data science, product management analytics team, right? They are just there to tell data scientists what to build. So they are product managers. They are now like the way you tell engineers, software engineers, full stack engineers what to build, you craft it all up in your Jira dashboard. These data PMs get to like work with the data scientists to tell them what they build, right? So those are the responsibilities of the data PM. Also be able to manage the product roadmap and ensure that product is delivered on time, like always, considering the extra layer of stakeholder management. So this case, what I'm trying to say here is that because you're not dealing with more than one stakeholder, like usually, or should I say, you're dealing with more layers of stakeholder management because usually just, you have your user research, you have everything you want to get going, you have your POC, you have your MVP and all that. You want to like push for development proper. You really have to deal with product design and software engineering, right? But now you also have to deal with data analytics or data, in fact, even data engineering. In fact, the entire data analytics space, data scientists, data analysts, data engineering, whichever the case may be, depending on what goal you want to achieve, right? So you have to consider that extra layer of stakeholder management when you want to like deliver products on time. Also, a key responsibility of a data PM is to monitor and analyze product performance metrics and use data that you've collected to inform decisions and make product improvements. So for this 1 year, one interesting thing with data is that if you do, okay, let me just say this way, that an output of an analytics on a data that you already have can be an input to another analytics that you want to do. For example, let's say there are 20 people on this call. We have 10 male, 10 female. That's the output of the analytics that we've done. We can also put that 10 male, 10 female into another analytics to say, let's drill down. Out of the 10 males, which ones joined early, which ones joined late? Out of the 10 females, which ones are going to leave this call earlier, which ones are going to stay on the call later? Let me set another example. Say your company has built a product, right? You've created the data, or you've created data to review the product, then okay, and I'm monitoring performance, I'm monitoring performance metrics. Then you now notice that the product is being used in a particular way than in a particular by some particular gender than others. You can now also like take that output to put it into another analytics to say, out of the females that are probably not using these products, what is their behavior like? Is it that when they just open the app, they just go here, and they close it? Or they try to make the products, they try to like probably do something on the product and it's not working, they just leave the product and delete the app or something. So any output we have in analytics can also be put into any form of analytics we want to do for the future, because that's just what data is. Data is never, if you keep stretching data, if you keep giving answers. Somebody says, if you touch on data enough, it will give you what you're looking for. So now talk about how to become a data PM, which is very interesting actually. I've shared the story of how I became a data PM. A number of people that I've spoken with data PMs have similar stories to mine. They were in product management or they were in data analytics, then they decided to add product management to their skill set, and they are now product managers in the analytics space. So what a data PM needs to have to be successful in the role is to develop a strong foundation in data and technology. You have to know data, you have to know analytics. So which is not perfect from what a number of people are doing already. If you're a product manager, you definitely have to do some analytics on whatever products you're building. You definitely have to measure some metrics. You definitely have to follow up with some insights that you generate from the usage of your products. So you have to have that strong foundation in data analytics. So just a quick form of description of how the data analytics field is to the best of my knowledge. So in data analytics, we have data engineering, we have data science, we have data analysts, and we have data governance officers. Like we can keep having them, but those are the four major ones that we have in today's world. Some ones have been able to combine data engineering and data analytics together to have analytics engineering, just the way I have data product management, right? Just those kind of unique scenarios. But the core ones are data engineering, data analytics, data analyst, data scientist, and data governance. Data governance requires the people in charge of your GDPR, your data leaking, data privacy, and all that. Your data engineering are people that fetch data out for you. If you're a standard organization, like you're a big organization, rather, you understand that data engineers are the ones that fetch data out. If you are a data analyst, yours is just like interpret the data. Like you have the data, you just do an interpretation of it. Let your customers or users be able to understand what you have done or what data is saved. Data scientists get to like do some machine learning bits to whatever data you have, so to derive some form of analytics that you can't see with your eyes. So I might be able to see that I have 10 people on this call that are male, I have 10 people that are female. Machine learning will tell me if I want to like do some form of segmentation, just not based on male and female. I'll be shocked to see that there are probably like 4 different segments from the 20 people that I mentioned, right? Based on different characteristics. So those are the people you have to work with, or you have to understand what their rules are, so you'll be able to work with them to achieve what you want to be able to achieve in building a data product. So I've already mentioned it. The skills include the skills you need to have: data analysis, machine learning, product development, and all that. So while you might not need to know data analytics proper in depth, right? Because you are more of a product manager than a data analytics person. The only thing is you have knowledge of data analytics to now build products in data analytics space. Just like we have API product managers, for example, or growth PMs. Growth PMs, for example, know business more than any other aspect of product management, so they can grow a product better, right? So it doesn't mean that they have to be core business people. They just need to know about it. Just the way for same way for analytics too. You just need to know about it. You don't need to really be a machine learning expert. You don't need to write Python. Although in my own case, I still function as a data scientist. I still function as a data science product manager, and I write Python and all that. But in the reasons of it, in Visa, like I mentioned earlier, the product managers in analytics department, they do not write any form of code. The only thing they do is write everything a product manager writes and get it to the data scientist to build. They are the ones that even tell the data scientist what machine learning model to use to achieve a goal. So it's very cool. So a data PM also needs to gain knowledge and experience in product management and the data analytics field. Like I mentioned earlier, you must be great at communication, storytelling, and have effective stakeholder management. Because I've mentioned this earlier, that storytelling bit is very germane, because what you have done is to pitch something to the analytics people. Once they have the outputs, you also need to now pitch to the engineers that will give you a product with it, or a landing page, or as in the case maybe ChatGPT. So in the case of ChatGPT, let me use that as an example. Some people have done analytics, machine learning, and stuff. They've trained corpus data, like a large sum of data, right? And they have an output already. So whatever question you ask it, it can generate a response for you. But that's not, they can't present the AI that they've used. They can't present the machine learning models to us. You can't now start going to the machine learning product to say, okay, if I type A, what will be the next answer for me? No, because that's what ChatGPT does. It just predicts what the next answer will be. It's classic machine learning, predictive analytics, and NLP. So a product manager that will probably work in OpenAI would have to also like deal with software engineering, which is that interface we all interact with, right? So plugging that such a product to the machine learning bits, also to like a database, then presenting it to the customers. That's a clear data product, right? So you have to be very great at storytelling, because there are levels of stakeholder management you have to make happen. So that is that. Also, to become a data PM, I would suggest you build a portfolio of projects that demonstrate your ability to manage data-driven products from ideation to launch. So most times when I tell people about data product management, they just tell me that, how do I become a data PM? Like, do I need to, like, I'm a product manager, do I need to learn analytics, or how do I even present a portfolio? So I'll just answer in this format, right? If you already have an analytics project that you've done, you have product management, product that you've done, put them together and say, you've done this, you've done that, or do a project where you have to do some form of analytics. Then from the result of the analytics, you have now built a product with it. That's classic data product management here. Like that's the barest minimum data product management you can have. So another way is to network with other data product managers and seek mentorship opportunities. When I had to like combine both words together in 2021, 2021, 2022, beginning of 2022, I had to seek mentorship from a lot of people that had gone ahead in the space, right? I reached out to a lot of people on LinkedIn, the data program managers. A lot of them responded, some didn't respond, but the ones that responded gave me really great insights to what the space looks like. One of the key things they kept mentioning to me is that you would have this what's it called? The word has eluded me. Where you feel like you do not know what you are doing. I can't remember that word. There's a word for it. Somebody might help me with it. So you just feel like you do not know what you are doing. Like, what am I doing? Really, what am I doing? Right? There's no template for it. You are just like facing it head on. So I would suggest you network with other data product managers to interact and share ideas and fine tune stuff, just like we do in Enoverlab. For example, the rant sessions that happens in the Enoverlab. Those sessions kind of help people to like, okay, if I've ever faced this in such a scenario or such a situation, I am able to react this way or take this step to make a result or an outcome happen. So to now move on, let me just talk about the common related titles that we have in data product management. So some people are data product managers, some people are data science product managers, we have product managers, advanced analytics, we have technical product manager data. And all these titles actually, right, I fetched them from LinkedIn. So most organizations just say they need a product manager that understands analytics. That's a data product manager, right? And I also mentioned, I heard so earlier on the call that somebody mentioned that they started into product analytics or product as a product analyst. Now that is interesting because in my own case, I would never agree that a product analyst is a data science or a data product manager because a product analyst basically does what a data analyst does, right? And they now push what a data analyst does. Like they have some form of product thinking knowledge, so they like understand product and do the analytics in the product side more than the analytics side, if you really understand what I'm trying to say. But a data product manager is just a product manager, but uses data or understands data and uses analytics to achieve a goal. So while they can coexist depending on the role and organization, I don't see them being an immediate equation. So in the case of a data product analyst, you might just probably be more technical. You might be tending towards the technical bit of things. But data product manager is tending towards the non-technical bit of things, like we have in product management, right? Product managers are not supposed to be coding. Generalist product managers are not supposed to be writing Laravel or writing all these languages that you have. No, their own is probably, if they wish, have understanding of it so that they can write good PRBs and build really, really good products and collaborate with this
Oh, I'm not sure. I think the network is poor. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
Okay, I guess Phil's network is bad. Okay, he left. Yeah, he left. So interesting conversation. I mean, it's been it's been an amazing time hearing Phil talk, and I believe that we are all I believe that we are all learning, and let's just wait a bit for few. But yeah, while we wait for few to come back in, to get back into the call, let's go ahead to our socials, our social media. Let's just go ahead to drop the things that, the key things that Phil has said, and let's tag Enoverlab on LinkedIn at Enoverlab, on Instagram Enoverlab NG, and on Twitter Enoverlab. Then you can tag Philip as well. Um, Tag Philip on LinkedIn as Philip Ade-Akanbi, just the way his name is. Then on Twitter, I think his Twitter handle is, I think, critical thinker or something. Let me just check that out. And yeah, thank you for that one. Is that secure? Yes, thank you very much, Banji. Yes, you can just check the chat box. Yes, thank you, Novala. I thought that was okay. You can just check the chat box and his handles are there, right? So yes, let's go ahead. The things that we have learned, let's go ahead to share. Philip has been talking about um really eye-opening stuff about data, about AI, machine language, or rather machine learning, and it's been an awesome time hearing him speak. We just hope that we have him back on the call, right? Yeah, I guess his network is bad. So please let's go ahead to our socials to go and drop one or two things that we have learned. And yeah, without data, we can really not do a whole lot of things, and that's very valid. Okay, Philip is back. So guys, let's go ahead to
Oh,
our socials to
hi.
get those. Yes, hi Philip.
Hi,
We
good.
did not lose you.
Okay, I
Right.
was super worried because I did not know how far away, I mean, how far along I lost my network.
Oh, you were talking about. Can you guys hear me? Oh my god, who is this calling me?
Yeah, I think the network is really not impressive. I do not. I just noticed that I finished the presentation and I
Oh,
could
you
not hear
don't.
any feedback. Yeah, so that means
You
I
were
kept
you were sort
presenting.
of rounding up. Yeah, you were sort of rounding up, right?
Okay, okay. Well, I will just probably leave it as like because of the time. Let us ask questions. So if you have any
Okay,
question
good.
about data product management, please put it in the comment section or just ask, unmute and ask so that I'll be able to answer.
All right, thank you for that one. Oh, yeah, guys, please let's go ahead to ask questions. Do we have questions about data product management? And yes, let's ask our questions. It's time for asking questions, and it'd be nice to have questions. And yes, also we can just use that one to go to our socials as well and share the things that we have learned and all that. But yes, questions. If you have questions, please raise your hand to ask questions. It's time to ask questions. But then, while we wait for people to raise their hand to ask questions, thank you so much, Philip, for the insightful session. Thank you so much for breaking down, data product management, data analytics, and data, right? Because you broke them down in, I think, it's three parts. So yeah, thank you so much
Yeah.
for this insightful session. It's been eye opening for me, right? And I believe it has been eye opening for everyone as well, right? And guys, is it that we don't have any question and we can just end the session? Okay. Okay, I think somebody was asking a question when you were asking about chat GPT on the community. So maybe I'll just read that
Okay.
out, and
Okay.
I'll just read that out.
Okay. You
Okay,
can
a
go
new
ahead.
question. Okay, a new question is in Q&A. Let me check that.
Okay.
From Sikiru Babala, he said, "Hello, I came in late. I just want to commend Philip for an insightful." Okay, great. I just want to commend Philip for an insightful and educative session. That's great. Thank you very much, Sikiru Babalola, for that one. Okay, Lua Shegun said, "I came in late, but I got but the little I got on data management was awesome." Okay, the question here is what is the difference between task as an issue and story as an issue on Jira? I think we were talking you just slightly talked about Jira, and this person asked question. So I don't know if it's something you'd be willing to answer.
Okay, please come again on the question for the Jira bit.
Okay, the person said, what's the difference between task as an issue and story? Task as an issue and story
Yeah.
as an issue on Jira board.
Okay, all right. I'll just come out of the gate to say I am not very familiar with Jira because I use Microsoft products. So I think I can do some research and probably the person can reach out to me on LinkedIn and we communicate further from there. But after this session, I can easily get in contact with the person and talk. But task as an issue, I'm not really familiar with Jira. I just use it as an example. I know of Jira. I do not currently use it. So sorry, but you can reach out to me. We'll do some research and find out.
Okay, great. I guess the person is just going to do his research. Um, Abisola Paul Olatile says, could I say data PM should as well have good knowledge of data analysis? The question is also on the chat box.
Okay, great. I think this is the question from Pope Ola, right? Hello, is my network
Yeah,
really bad?
network,
I should
network.
not be having network.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. I
The
can hear
question
you.
is from Abisola Paul Olatile.
Okay, please read it out. I can't see it here in the chat box.
Okay.
Chat box.
Oh, yeah. Could I say a data PM should as well have a good knowledge of data analytics?
Yes, very big yes. Because like I mentioned on the call, on the presentation, you might not need to be an analytics professional proper. Like me, we had to like become a data scientist first before I like now move to combine the two worlds together. A data PM just needs to know what is going on in data product in data analytics field. Just like we have some when you say technical product managers, for example, that's one of the most popular product management one of the popular forms of product management that we have. So a technical product manager just really knows about the backend and whatever the software stuff of product management, product development, how the engineers work, the kind of language. So in the same vein,
Philip, you're muted. Philip, you're muted. Can Philip hear me?
okay, yes, I can hear you now. I cannot believe what is going on with my network right now, and this should not be happening because of the kind of network I use, but it's all right. So I was
Right.
explaining that like we have for data technical product management, where technical PMs really understand what goes on at the back end and the front end, like how the infrastructure have to work together and all that. A data PM also needs to know about the analytics field of how everything works hand in hand for him or her to be able to achieve the goal of building a data product. So yeah, you must have analytics knowledge. You might not need to be coding and doing Python and SQL and all that, but you need to know of it. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay, thank you very much for that one. I believe that you have answered Paul Abisola Olatunde. And yes, guys, do we have other questions before we call today's session a wrap?
Okay, a quick one, Blessing. I saw that there's Pope Ola, a question from Pope Ola saying,